Hey, in this video, I'll be discussing the new Light Ranger 2000 and its mobile application. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Robert with Sherburne Outdoors. Hey, today we're discussing the Devos Light Ranger 2000. This is an expandable camping light. You can use it for a lot of things. So I have been a big fan of Devos for several years now. I've been using their previous product, the Light Ranger 1200. Now, full disclaimer, I purchased these products myself. They did not send anything to me. Hey Devos, if you're looking, I am open for business though. So let's talk about this really quick because they have made some very significant advancements since the last one. First things first, when you get it, it comes in this nice little bag. It's got a nice Devos logo on the front of it here, kind of leather embossed. Really nice setup. The unit itself is pretty light. It only weighs 5 pounds. One of the differences between the previous versions and this one, and there's quite a number, is this one will actually go up to 10 feet. This was, I don't want to say one of my gripes, was one of the things I was hoping it would do. The previous one would only go up to 9 feet. This is a very easily expandable system. You just pop these up or pop them down, and then if you want to expand out, you just pull like that. So typical telescopic stuff. It's a really nice system. It has stake holes right here that it does come with as well. So that's one thing's in the bag, and then they got this nice little pocket here that comes with all the stuff you need for your USB. It actually does come with a plug as well, and it is USB-C powered. And then it comes with a couple stakes too, so you can stake it down if you're in a windy area or if you're unlevel and you need to get things set up. So bag's pretty nice. I'm liking it so far, but this unit is pretty sweet. So a couple differences from the previous version and this version. If you wanted to do multi-layer lighting like red or amber, the previous one had these add-ons that you would stick over it and you'd kind of have to pick your color. A lot more advancements here. You can pick and choose some things. So let's kind of go through it a little bit. Again, it's really light. It's about 5 pounds. It'll go from 3 feet where we are kind of a little bit right now, all the way up to 10 feet. So very expandable. It's got some really nice replaceable pieces here in case you break some things. But this is the stand, and this is kind of where, where everything happens. You put this around your car, around your campsite, next to your tent, wherever you are, and get everything going. All of the technology here is in the top, and it's pretty nice. It actually just pops right off the top, and you can carry it around. You can hold it up. It's got a nice little carabiner hole here so you can do it. It is pretty beefy. It's got these heat sinks on the top to extend your life, and then it's pretty nice. So let's talk about it. It does 2,000 lumens. So the previous one was 1,200. I'll be honest, the 1,200 was plenty for my campsites. I never felt I needed any more, but now with 2,000, I can go up to an 80-foot diameter. If your campsite's bigger than that, well, just buy 2 then. But a couple things I do like about it is, and we'll get into testing this out with the mobile app in a minute, because that is one thing it has that's different than its previous models, and maybe other things out in the market too. In that it will go white for your basic light, it will go red for night sky and night viewing, and then it'll go amber, which is probably what I keep it on the most. That keeps the bugs away, and then I keep it up as high as it'll go, and it's at basically 10 feet, and the bugs are way up high like that. So I did a little testing with it. They said it'll go 4 hours on high at 2,000 lumens. I was getting 4 hours in 10 minutes. And then it said it'll go 100 hours on red at 30 lumens, which I didn't test any of that. I'll take their word for it. I'll tell you what, these things work for me for a 2-night trip without having to do anything to them. I don't go full blast, but I plug it in, I let it go, and they work fine. I was going to do this out at the campsite. It is Memorial Day 2024, but it has been pouring here, so I'm doing this here in my garage. I did some stuff last night outside. We'll have some pictures of it when we go. Some other things that it has is it's USB fast charge, and what does that mean? It means you can go 60% charge in 1 hour and 100% in 5 hours. So make sure you give yourself some time before you go camping to get all your devices charged up. It is IP67 dust and waterproof. It is not submersible, but you can put it out in the rain and you'll be fine. And the other big thing it has is a mobile app. So no longer do we have to just worry about these buttons. If you're in your tent at night, you need to go out to the bathroom, you just need to flip on the light, you just pick up your phone, do it, and not have to worry about anything as you're getting ready to come down the ladder. We're about to test out this mobile app. So how much is all of this stuff? All this awesomeness in here is $249. So this is, I didn't even know they were shipping these. They said they would ship this to me at the end of June. And I went on, purchased it as a pre-order, and it showed up the next week. So I was pretty happy. So I haven't seen hardly any reviews on YouTube. So this is probably one of the first ones. So let's get into it because this thing is a little bit different. So everything's got a mobile app. Some of them are good from some of the coolers that we've been testing out. But the one for this, I will tell you, this was very thought out in its simplicity. It doesn't do a lot, but what it does extremely well. So let's get into it. So if we look at the display here at the top, you can see I've got Sherburne Outdoors. I could add some more lights. It's giving me a power range of where I'm at right now. I'm at 85%. I can change the lights from white to amber to red. I can actually touch the display here and change the light panels themselves, and then I can dim everything. So let's turn it on, take a look. Immediately turns on all 4 panels. I can start clicking on the panels if I want to and start turning them off. And you can see things start going down. We're down to 1, or I can turn them all back on. Pretty simple stuff, nothing complicated. In the bottom here, I've got a slider bar. I can dim the light down, or we can go all the way down to the bottom. This is kind of where I keep this at when I'm at a campsite, to be honest. I don't really blast things out because we're in the woods, and this thing does put out a lot of light. Its previous little brother, the 1200, put out a ton of light. This thing is bright, bright. If you see here, I was outside last night putting this out at full blast and seeing what it looked like, and it's white light, and it was crazy how bright this thing was. I did 2 tests. I did one where I was in my backyard, and then I went to a really dark area in a parking lot and actually did it next to the Jeep Gladiator, and it was like, wow, I'm so impressed with how much light this will put out. So just like before I talked about in the previous little brother, it had these covers that went over your device here to do different colors. And here we've got amber, we've got red. If I want to go to red, which is kind of like night sky viewing, or don't put any light, keeping the night pollution or light pollution down, this is perfect. So you can get some visibility around your campsite and you're not blasting everything out. So if I'm getting up to go to the bathroom in the morning or in the middle of the night, I probably want this one on, or if I'm doing some stargazing, that kind of stuff. The red is great. The one I keep on almost all the time is the amber. And this is where I'll have it up at 10 feet. Bugs don't really come towards it, or if they do, they're just right up and they're up high like that. But instead of having the covers or the filters or whatever they called them on here before, and you had things around, everything's nicely built into one package. It is simplistic and super easy to use. So again, this thing is great. You can turn down particular panels if you want to and just get it down to 1. Or we can turn them all back on and we can move things around, and we can adjust the dimming and everything, even though we're on different filters for the different lights. So that's kind of what goes on there. At the upper left-hand corner, you can click and you can do some lightweight modifications, meaning I can change the name if I want to. I've got this as Sherburne Outdoors #1. If I get a #2, maybe Devos will send me one. I'm throwing it out there. I can get a #2 for this. And then other things, firmware version. When this thing first came to me, you can see right here, it told me that there was an update needed on the firmware version. I clicked on it, downloaded it. It was super simple. So I have the latest and greatest, so my device will always be up to date on the firmware. And you can disconnect it from here, and if you got a different phone and that kind of stuff. But this mobile app, I just am loving this thing. This thing is key. So all in all, this is this wasn't meant to be a long video because this isn't that complicated. I went through a lot of lights from UFOs, the big round ones, the Overland Vehicle Systems one with the speaker, and it was really kind of heavy to build out, to the Light Ranger 1200. Now I'm up to the Light Ranger 2000, which is like, wow. Just the evolution and the pieces that go along with the mobile applications, all the technology they're building in, less parts, less components. Loving this new lightweight, it's almost like fiberglass. Telescopic. It's very similar to my camera gear here that I have. When you got it open, it's really nice being able to tack it down. It's super light. So with all that said, that is the Devos Light Ranger 2000. Again, it is $249. So I think it was like $262 with tax and all, but $249 is what it is right now. I think you can only buy it on their website. At least that's where I went. And it's in pre-order right now. So go ahead and order yourself up. I don't get any commission for it. I'm a fanboy when it comes to this. But hey, if you got any value out of this, please click that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click that bell to be notified when we got new content out. Again, I am Robert with Sherburne Outdoors. Thank you so much for watching, and look for us having this out at the campsite when it stops raining. And I'll probably give another in-depth detail of this and maybe compare it to its little brother, the Devos Light Ranger 1200. Everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend, and thanks for your time.